Good evening, everyone. My name is Megan Vaughn, and I'm here to talk about how you can compare dolphin intelligence to human intelligence. Although we do share some major differences, we do share some similarities as well. Dolphins have always been my all-time favorite animal, so I don't know if that makes me biased in this subject, but they've always grabbed my attention, whether it be from their natural beauty, their friendly smiles that they always seem to possess, their laid-back demeanors, or even the way that they swim with such grace and beauty that it's nothing short of breathtaking and majestic. But besides the beauty that these dolphins possess, what's really, truly incredible and stunning to witness is the intelligence of these dolphins' minds. Truly incredible. Ways that we are similar, the way that they have their own way of communication, the way they provide food for their pods as we do for our families. One difference that we do have though is, have you ever heard of echolocation? Well, you guys might know it as sonar, which is truly incredible, and we'll talk about that later on. But another thing that we are similar in is like creativeness. We have creativeness, and so do dolphins. One way that would be is that it's been witnessed that dolphins have created games to play with one another in the ocean. For example, would be using a leaf to play catch, which is creative and incredible because you gotta have something to do all day, right? They show self-awareness, problem-solving skills, and even teaching skills. So communication, dolphins have similar communication as we do. One way would be body language. You can tell if a dolphin is upset, angry, or playful just by their body language, with how they interact with one another. When dolphins communicate, they use whistles. They can have a specific whistle for an individual and use a completely different whistle for a group of dolphins when socializing. Another way that they communicate like we do is by touch. They can show their affection. They can show their playfulness. Bottom line is, we're both pretty sociable animals. All right, so how cool would it be if we could see our surroundings in the dark? If we could walk around in the dark just to see our surroundings without turning on the light. Now that would be pretty incredible, but dolphins can. Let me explain. It's called echolocation, aka sonar, like I said earlier. Why do they use echolocation, you ask? Because light travels slower in water than sound does. So if any of you guys ever been swimming and you've opened your eyes underwater, you know how difficult it is to see that few feet in front of you. This is why they use echolocation. Use it, they send it out, it bounces off all their surroundings and comes back to them, and that way the dolphins can see what they're surrounded by. They can use that to hunt, for food, just see anything, see their surroundings, which is pretty cool, and it would be really useful for at least me because I always hit my foot off something. We learn a lot about what we know about dolphins while they've been in captivity. I don't agree with it, but we have learned a lot. We learned that they are good at mimicking actions. We learned that they are very self-aware. We learned that they have and possess problem-solving skills and many other things. For example, with problem-solving skills is trainers had this cylinder container, one end unable to open, the other end able to open with two strings, and they threw it into a pool of dolphins to see if they could open it and get to the fish that was inside of it. Turns out it didn't take too long for these two dolphins to open. So they use teamwork, problem-solving skills. You have this side, pull it, get the fish. Which, it's smart. You have to use your brain for that. Another thing is self-awareness. We learned that dolphins possess self-awareness by using a mirror. So dolphins would go up to the mirror and check out body parts that they couldn't normally see, and that's including their mouth. Which is really cool and blew my mind a little bit was that dolphins show self-awareness at 7 months of age, while humans start showing self-awareness at 12 months of age. It truly did blow my mind. It's incredible. These animals are smart. So hunting for their pods. Not all pods of dolphins hunt the same. but you know, they have different techniques on how they get their food. But one that I found truly amazing, and you have to think they had to use their brains for this, right? It's called mud netting. So what would happen, one dolphin from the pod would swim in a circle and beat their tail on the bottom of the ocean to bring mud up. So it would be like a mud ring. And what they figured out is that when these fish, they don't go through the mud. So what the fish would do was swim up to the surface and try to jump over the mud ring. But what these fish were completely unaware of was that these dolphins were waiting with their mouth open, waiting for dinner. Which you have to think, these dolphins had to figure out that these fish would not swim through this mud. I mean, they had to use their brain to figure this out, which is really cool. It's pretty incredible. Dolphins are known as brainiacs of the sea. We don't know the full extent of their intelligence, but we do know that these majestic mammals are highly intelligent from the way they communicate with one another, even communicate with humans. There's been times where dolphins help fishermen fish, which is really cool. These mammals are truly something amazing. If you ever get the privilege to see them in the wild, take it in how truly beautiful these animals really are. I've seen dolphins on 2 occasions out in the wild, and then I've seen whales as well. The way you see them, you know how they jump and do tricks in captivity? They do the same thing out in the wild. Like, in the wild, it kind of looks like they're doing it for themselves, you know, to show off, and it's pretty cool to watch, and it's breathtaking. I've seen whales out in the wild as well. I think I was in Tarifa. I think it was Tarifa or Tenerife. I can't remember the name of it. I'm probably mispronouncing it completely, but the whales would bring their young down to that area, to that specific area, to hunt, and at the same time, you have fishermen out there trying to catch their fish, and you would see these massive creatures swim up to these small boats where these fishermen were and just, you know, go up to them, kind of like saying hi. And what we see of them in captivity is that they're not so friendly, but that's a whole different story. And I just hope you guys can see how truly incredible these animals really are. And if you ever do get the privilege to see them, please take in how truly incredible and beautiful and breathtaking it is. I hope you guys have a good night. Goodbye.